Welcome to BackerPause. What is BackerPause? Our judges watch crowdfunding videos on air. When they lose interest in a video, for any reason, they hit pause and explain what caused them to experience BackerPause. This is a fun way to teach creators about attention spans and what works and does not work for their videos. Videos featured from projects that are being advocated for on ComicBookAdvocates.com with permission. Want to be judged? Have a crowdfunding campaign you want to have on the show? Well, send us an email at comicsnewswire@yahoo.com, and that's comics, COMIX. So who wants to play? Today's a special show. I'm not going to go ahead and run the credits for the ComicCon Forecast, but we're combining both. But before we can do that, we have to give you a warning. Warning and disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this live feed are those of the guests, speakers, and or hosts, and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs, official policies, ethics, or positions of the content providers, advertisers, additional hosts, and or guests, hosting sites, groups, or entities attached to this programming. Viewer discretion is advised. I always like that viewer discretion is advised. So we got a lot to cover today, obviously. A lot going on. So we're going to jump right into it. And we're going to go, what we're going to do is one for one. So we're going to do one backer pause. We're going to do one actual event that's going on. And we're going to start off right now with Jason Webb's Century House. This is a pulp era superhero comic. I'm actually going to be doing most of the pausing today, and you'll know what that means in just a short bit. But for now, this is Century House, and here's the video. And remember, when you pause, you raise your hand, and everyone, I promise, will understand what that means on the other side of this. Oh, wow, he just made it. Look who's joining us, who's grown out his hair again.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's all back. Chuck is on the show, returning judge, co-creator of actual BackerPause.
Yeah.
Stopping in real quick to tell us, but he wanted to do one pause with us. So what'd you think of Century House?
I was like, what are they building to? What are they building to? And then I went to Century House, and I was like, oh, nothing. Like, it's a nice little teaser, but that as a video tells you nothing. Like I mean, I'm not against, I guess, not using words, but still, like, you have this chance to wow people and to say things, and that video really didn't say anything.
No, and you're not the only one to have said it. You know, this was definitely a sizzle reel that never had any stake behind it. It was just butter thrown in the pan.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, I like the guys behind it. Ryan Cummins is a good dude. Jason Webb is a great guy. They're good people, but yeah, I mean, the thing is that the video is kind of supposed to give us some extra, like, they're already on your page. So just showing them this quick little, like, here's a bunch of images, well, that's what the rest of the page is for. Tell us something that the page doesn't tell us, or do something. But honestly, if I went to the top and just saw that video, I don't think I'd continue on.
Also, sometimes people use videos on different sections, like YouTube and such like that. Like, I know I do that. If you had put a video like this on there, you might not have given enough, actually, for someone to go further, because they might have been like, oh, that was cool, and just kind of forgotten about it. You have to have some sort of pitch in there. And there was no pitch. There was no reason. This was either I really like that art, I'm going to go further, or I'm not going to go any further. There just wasn't enough, I think.
Yeah, and even, like, if they had put words up there, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even have to necessarily say anything, but if they had put something up, like, giving us, like you said, the pitch to the book or something as we're watching those images, but You made the images do all the heavy lifting and told us nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are actually going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to go into our actual forecast room now, because we're going to be talking about where Chuck's going to be this weekend. Give us a little information. What's going on this weekend, man?
I'm in San Antonio at the Henry B. Gonzalez Center, which is the place for Comic Cons in San Antonio. And if New York is way too far away, maybe San Antonio is a little closer to you. And of course, I'm going to be hanging out with my dudes Will Wolford and Douglas Brown of Stormy fame, and we're going to be slinging comics and just having a great time. And super excited for that show. It's I will be honest and say it's kind of a more like fandom style show. Like, it doesn't necessarily push the comics as much, but there are a bunch of really great indies who are going to be there, and so I'm super excited to see them. And what I do love about them is that it means that when you go to a show like this and you drop in on your indies and say hi and whatnot, they're so excited to see you. So this will be a good one.
Now, real quick, before I let you go, because I know you're busy, you have a lot to get ready for. You have the show this weekend. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank
Can
you.
you just tell us what's going on next and what will be new at your table? 2 questions. What's new at your table that no one has been able to get, or it's new enough that the new audience hasn't seen it? And 2, what's the next project we're going to see from you?
Oh, wow. As far as new, not an awful lot, really. I mean, everything is still gonna. It's a lot of the same kind of stuff that I've had. Though in San Antonio, for them, everything is new for me. I haven't been. The last show I did in San Antonio was actually this show, the first Big Texas Comic Con in 2019.
Ooh.
So for them, they haven't seen. They were the only one that saw Belial 1. So for them, they get to see Belial 2. They get to see Cat Dad and Supermom as it is in Scout, because it wasn't in Scout back then. It wasn't in Scoot. They get to see Belial 2. They get to see Essence House. So actually, yeah, they get to see a bunch of new stuff.
Are you taking? Did you get the books yet for your wife? Is she going to be able to sling her books? Is Wendy going to be part of this?
She has her books. No, she's not going to be there. She's working all weekend long, so sadly she won't be there. But we do have the books, and if she says that I can sell them, I'll sell them. I basically, I save them for if she's there, or if she wants me to sell them, hell yeah, I'll sell them.
Well, before you go, of course, I want you to tell us what's the next project, but you hopefully have a package for something brand new that you can sell at your table showing up today if everything goes right. My second try on this.
Right? That's my fault.
Well, either way, I brought the box and they're like, this is kind of beat up. I'm like, I hope it makes it. She's like, it's still sound. We just need more tape. This box has been on a journey. But tell us what the next project you got coming out is.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of Kickstarters happening. Of course, we've got Cat Dad coming up pretty soon, correct?
Waiting for approval on some things, and then we're going to go. We're hopefully going to go. Looks like November now, just because I don't want to compete in October, because October seems so busy.
October is. There's 213 comics on Kickstarter right now.
And I think we're a better family book. We might actually be able to survive during the Christmas time because of this, and we've talked about this in the past. We actually talked about doing gift wrap, and we didn't expect to be here. There was something that's a couple things, 2021. It's what it is. So now we're looking at November. Me and Chuck wanted to do this in April.
Yeah, right. Did you see that, by the way? They have a celebrity chef that's going to be there. Have you ever seen a celebrity chef at one of these things before?
I have, but it's rare, and I want to say that it was like not even a real celebrity. Like, it was someone they were trying to, like someone from like Kitchen Nightmares. Like, it was one of those smaller shows that was trying to cash in on that.
That's what this is, only this woman is also a huge comic fan. So it's like, oh, cool. Maybe I'll sell her a book.
Hey, if she's cooking, I'm all in.
Right? Absolutely.
All right, man.
So new stuff for me. You know what? Essence House Season 3. The last episode of Season 3 drops today. So if you guys want to get in on that, that's a huge thing. And yeah, that's the big thing. And then, of course, tons of stuff happening for editorial and whatnot. You can always come check me out on Facebook, and I'll be sharing tons of books that I'm working on.
Now, before you go, is it a little intimidating to literally be going up against the biggest show that we have had now in almost 2 years this weekend? Or do you almost feel like we've gotten to a point where, while there are huge Comic Cons, if you can't make it, there still needs to be cons going on throughout the United States? Because I noticed this is cool, and we'll do this in the more extended forecast. I don't know if I'm going to show it on the show today. I might not have enough time. I'm hoping to. There's an actual show in New York City happening this weekend as well, competing against New York Comic Con, which isn't a bad idea. It's in Nassau County. It's actually further in Long Island, where the people wouldn't have gone. And normally New York Comic Con, would have been sold out. We're gonna update, and we're gonna look at the ticket situation. There are tickets still available for New York Comic Con.
Oh wow!
You have a chance to get to it this year. First time, and this will not be next year, where the day before the con kicks off, there'll be tickets. It's insane. But for you, do you feel any intimidation by it, or do you think that it's just what it is?
I have no intimidation whatsoever. A lot of people who are in San Antonio aren't exactly going to travel that far anyways. So this is just a nice chance for me to kind of connect with my base, with kind of the home territory and whatnot. And you know what? Last month I did Dallas Fan Expo, which was just a huge, amazing show. In December, we're going to be at Emerald City. So to have another place doing this amazing stuff, and me being able to have like a more quieter convention, I'm pretty okay with that, actually.
Well, we look forward to your next campaign. We look forward to having back on the show as an official judge throughout the entire program when you're next on the crowdfunding. Hopefully we get Cat Dad and Supermom around Thanksgiving. We're looking forward to that. So keep it up, man. Get out there. Let us know how the conventions are. Let's all get vaccinated and all get back to doing this like we used to. And for those who don't know, what is the vaccine policy for this weekend's show in San Antonio? Do you know?
It's mostly just please wear masks. It's nothing.
Nothing too serious. No,
nothing too serious.
You don't have to show your papers.
No papers.
No papers. All right, man. You get going. I know you got stuff to do. I'll wrap the show up. Thank you for being on. We'll talk to you soon.
Always great hanging out with you. Thank you so much, man. Guys, take care and stay safe.
All right. As Chuck leaves, I'll take over the show and I'll run the rest of the program, doing the pauses because we have a lot going on. Lita's going to be there, so that's going to be an awesome show. Definitely check this out. We're going to get back into this in just a minute, but first we're going to go back to, because it's BackerPause, we got to talk about some comics. So now we're going to talk about Jeff Ryder's award-winning, I always screw up the name, The Arcane Cocktail. I think I nailed that one. So this is pretty awesome here we go, of a book. Let's check out that video, and I'll be in charge of pausing, and God help them all with my ADHD. The art kept me. The music was kind of annoying for me, but I mean, we do use free music. That's a nitpick, and I would have loved a voiceover. Otherwise, it looks fantastic, and it's pretty exciting. And Jeff Ryder, if you don't know, is part of the actual New York, comic book school group. He's actually part of the. He's an alumni. Let's put it that way, of comic book school, and I actually met him at Creator Connections, and Buddy Scalera is back to it. Sad to say there will be no Creator Connections this year, but actually there's a panel, and I'm not going to be there, so I'm a little upset. I'm staying home to protect my son Jax. I'm excited for all of them, and I wish every single one of them some amazing luck when they're there, because comic book school is going to be in house. They even have a table, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, I wanted to talk to you about why I used to go to shows all the time, and that was because of these amazing panels that Buddy's doing. So I wanted to do it Thursday. You're going to be able to check in and see building relationships with editors and publishers. This was actually my idea. I think this is a great conversation to have. And you're going to have Lisa Hawkins, the editor, Joseph, the editor. Lisa's the editor of Valiant. Joseph's the editor of Heavy Metal. And Darren Sanchez is the editor, Marvel Comics and After Hours Press. So, and of course, Buddy Scalera will be your host. That's going to be an amazing panel. That's going to be at 6:45 tomorrow, Thursday, where we're filming this on Wednesday. So, the 7th. And then Friday is going to have the social media optimization for comic book creators. You're going to have host Buddy Scalera, Ruth Ann Thompson's from Geek Cheek Promotions, and Lisa YU from Mogo Impact founder, and that's going to be a pretty good one. And by the way, that's going to be Friday at 3:45. Going to Saturday, they're going to have Page One, Panel One. So this is going to be an all-star cast of experience working comic book creators and artists talking about the effectiveness story on a page, hosted by Buddy. You're going to have a writer from Alicia, who's going to be from DC Comics, Marvel Comics in Hawaii, Jamal Eigel. If you're in comic book school, you've watched it. Amazing artist. He's had great career. The one to follow, Sean Chen, of course, we've seen him. He's been part of comic book school, DC Comics, Marvel Comics, Valiant Comics, and Billy Tucci. You guys know who he is. He's the writer, artist, crusader of fine arts, Marvel Comics. That's going to be a great panel. That's Saturday at 12:30. And then on Sunday, Comics in Hollywood, what creators need to know. This is going to have Buddy, of course. This is going to be 11 a.m. on Sunday. Valiant Entertainment publisher Fred Pierce, Alex Alonso, AWA Chief Creative Officer, and Lee Kramer, Aftershock Comics, President of Film and TV co-founder. So just a stacked event this weekend happening over at New York Comic Con, and here you guys go. As of, and this is right now. I mean, I've taken this image just 30 minutes ago. You can still get tickets for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I don't believe that there are any package ones that you can get. I don't think they did packages this year, so you guys can still have the opportunity to do Thursday, Friday, Sunday. There might be some Saturday swap tickets, so stay tuned to the social medias for Comic Book School. Now we're going to head back over to our BackerPause studio, run across the hall. Here we are, back to BackerPause, and next on our BackerPause list today, we have an actual preview for an upcoming Kickstarter. This is Blood and Fire. Blood and Fire is coming soon from Aaron, and we're going to have a tale of revenge. There will be blood when the Lord arbitrate. Nakai will kill any who stand between him and his family. Oh my. And then that leads into an amazing, I sound like a teenage boy once again, an amazing comic book. It's for adults only, but this video isn't. So let's take a minute and watch this, and I'll give you my honest opinion about when my concentration goes away.
Tazeti, hundreds of years in the past, was a haven for man, beast, and witch. They lived beautiful lives, interacting with each other in this marvelous African world. Until the Balemba, the elite of witches, knew their full power. and the Inquisition saw them as a threat to their very existence. War was inevitable. Battle was fierce. The Inquisition rained their might on the Balimba and almost rendered them extinct. But on the sleeves of their disappearance, hope was born. A baby, the last of a kind. Her name is Anaki. Will she withstand the might of that same Inquisition? Only time will tell.
I dug it. The only reason I would have paused this is because I've seen it, in all honesty. But it keeps my interest, believe it or not. Just because I saw it doesn't mean that the art is fantastic. It's great. So kudos. Go check it out. It ends on October. So make sure you get your chance at it now. All right. So here we go. Real quick. Let's see this. Information for you. So this is pretty big news. Comic Book School's Creator Connections Panel 2 is being released during New York Comic Con. How exciting is that? I'm very proud of Comic Book School for doing this. I tried to be part of this year. Unfortunately, there's just a lot. 21 has been a year. Let's just put it that way. But I'm so proud of what they have put together. I'm so proud of everyone involved with that. Dee, Ari, Buddy, Chris, and there's just a whole cast of amazing people behind this project. They did an amazing job. Once again, following up for a second year. I got to watch it in the background. I got to play cheerleader, and I gave some advice when they needed it. But they did an amazing job. I'm very proud of them. That's going to be available, and you'll be able to get Panel 1 now and Panel 2. Both will be free digital downloads. All right, so here you go. Comic Book School talking about where they're going to be. We have a TikTok for it, and what we'll do is play that TikTok for you without sound right now. So I'm just going to mute myself so we don't screw up here. All right, there we go. So Comic Book School will have from Buddy Scalera, Apocalypse Boulevard. There we go. I got it out. And they're going to be at booth 1-8 or I-8. I-8 is where they're going to be. Issues 3 and 4 are coming to Kickstarter. So that's pretty exciting. Buddy Scalera has a booth this time in Artist Alley, so go check him out, hang out with him, and be part of the event. And make sure that you're subscribing to Comic Book School on TikTok as well. So check him out today. All right, guys, so moving on, we're going to talk about Chris Hammer being at New York Comic Con as well. We want to give him a shout out. He's from Scoot Comics as well. He's a fellow scooter like me, and Chris will have the Adventures of Byron, and Yurnum Pop will be at New York Comic Con, so that's pretty cool. Check him out. He'll be there all weekend. All right, so back to what we're here for as well. Today, we're going to go to the BackerPause segment of our show and introduce you guys to Ben Lacey's Shark of War. So let's check it out.
my name is Ben Lacey, and I hope you enjoyed that preview of issues 1 through 4 of Shark of War. If you haven't read Shark of War yet, I believe you'll really enjoy the exciting Jaws meets RoboCop story. And if you have read and liked the first 3 issues, I think you'll love issue 4 as our shark hero has recovered from his terrible injuries. He's been upgraded, he's stronger, he's faster, and he's packing bigger guns. Plus he's really pissed off. This is going to be a fun campaign. I have an awesome Jaws Death of Quint cover by Amanda Rachels, and a cool Shark of War Flying into Battle cover by Brian Dawson. I have a bunch of cool extras, like a new Shark of War keychain.
Okay, hit pause and give him a few more seconds. I'm not a fan of pitching beyond the pitch. In other words, I don't need a video where you start showing me the things. That's a personal thing. I get bored. I don't want to see it because I'll go look at the rewards myself and decide what fits me. But otherwise, the beginning, I like the fact he starts with that pitch. I would like a voiceover, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. He did a good job on this one, and I've seen his growth, so I'm very impressed by Ben, and I give him a lot of credit, man. He brings it. He brings it to the yard. So Ben will be on Kickstarter until October 21st, and this weekend you can find him and Jonathan Hendrick as they head to Calhoun Comic and Toy Expo. This is going to be happening this weekend, and let's make sure. I want to get you the dates because for whatever reason, when this did it, it didn't give us the full dates. So let's see if we can get the dates for you. Oh, boy. I'm going to have to add this to... we're going to have to redo this anyway. I'm going to have to put the Y for Ben Lacey. All right, we'll fix this, but for now, I do want to get you guys the dates, and then we'll fix it and get it in for the next show that we do, which will be the actual forecast when the forecast is by itself. But let's make sure we get the dates for you today. The dates are going to be, here we go, Saturday, October 16th through the 21st. And so what we'll do here is we'll fix it right now in front of you. See, you guys can watch all the work that I do to fix these things. So we make sure that you subscribe to not only BackerPause, but all of our Twitters. We set up all these Twitters to give you guys an interactive way to literally interact with us and get us the information that you want to, plus share it to the people and show people you're getting support and you're being shown out in the world. So if you get us that information, we're happy to showcase all the amazing places you're going, where you've been. And we always want to support you guys, but it takes you doing the work, getting us the information that we need for you guys to show off. So there you go. The new tweet, Ben Lacey. Oh, we didn't fix Ben Lacey's name. Why didn't anyone say anything? So we'll go real quick here. Gotta fix Ben's name. Gotta put some respect on that name. So we're gonna delete this. And I know you guys are like, wow, this is such a fascinating program. I love the fact that Rob is showing us all this now. You're welcome. What can I say? This is live TV, people, okay? So what happens when you get free programming? Start paying for it and we'll get more people behind it. There you go, Ben. I've updated it. Haha, I win. And we're gonna quickly send it to him so he can see. Oops, we don't want to see any spoilers. I'm avoiding things because I'm gonna watch it with my boy Jaxie. So as you guys can see, we cover all the different events that we have right here, right now. And let's answer Mr. Lacey. Oh, it's not. Why is it not there? This is just the way it works. All right, so we're gonna put the other one there. Jonathan Hendrick, Ben Lacey, going to be there this weekend. Back to our program. This is what happens when you have a host with ADHD, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to Eli's Alien book. This is brand new to the show. Here we go. Let's check it out. First time ever. So this one, you're really going to get my answer.
This is a video kind of going over Alien 101, Book 5. Alien 101 is an ongoing comic series I've been creating since 2016. It's about an alien in high school trying to understand what human love is. Based on my love life, so it's very awkward, but oddly charming. Yeah, the protagonist's name is Man. He's been tasked with giving a report on humanity at the end of his senior year. So the story starts at the beginning of his senior year. There's two main elements of Alien 101. There's two main plots that are going on. There's the one of Man is in love with his childhood friend, Brandy, who moved away last year, and is trying to get someone to teach him how to be in a relationship so that he can go to Brandy and express that, he knows how to do it and that it'll work out, because he doesn't want to risk the friendship. So he's trying to figure that out. The other main character, side character, is a character named Terry, but she's pretty much a shadow cat. Shadow cat is a mythical creature for the story, but it's pretty much a magic user. She uses magic, but what she's trying to do is collect shadows from these different life forms so that she can do a thing. She's trying to do something with it. But anyway, she's trying to get Man Shadow, but couldn't get it because of complications. He doesn't have enough experience in life, so he's immune to her shadow powers. So she's trying to get him more experience so that she can then take his shadow. Terry pulling some shenanigans to get Man at his best friend's birthday party. He has a friend named Matthew. He's this big wrestler guy, and he's having a Halloween-themed birthday party. Terry has stolen shadows from a lot of the students in Man's class and is using them to her benefit. She's varying amounts of success. Man, on the other hand, is actually pretty fine. He doesn't like big groups. He's a little awkward, but he's there trying to mind his own business until his bully from middle school shows up. This bully always terrorized him, tortured him. It's this it's this cute little girl named Ajane. And yeah, she's a monster. Book 5 continues where that book left off. These books are 100 pages. They're black and white, manga style, and they're fun. They're nice little bite-sized chunks of the story. I plan on there being 10 books. We're on book 5 now, with book 6 coming out soon. But I did want to just go over a couple of highlights without hopefully not spoiling too much. I've boiled them down into a couple of keywords and phrases that don't mean anything to you now, but might spark your interest. Shadow candy, mind vaults and the etiquette around them, potty breaks, and the importance of cat calendars. So that's some good stuff. All that's in book 5. And you'll have to read it to understand what the heck I'm even talking about. But it's a lot of fun. I love Alien 101. It's one of my favorite stories to work on. I like all my stories, really. That's really hard. That's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Hope you check out Alien 101, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Honestly, it could have been condensed. I do feel like he kind of ran on a little bit, if I'm being honest, but I liked it. I felt it came off very genuine, and I almost am okay with that. I mean, it went a little long, but again, he was being genuine. He was talking about, I saw the energy of him creating and him as a creator, so I was impressed by it. I'm happy with that video. I think that because sometimes you're investing in the creator, and that made me really feel like we were investing in him. And one person that I've always invested in is a good friend of mine. Again, someone I met through comic book school, someone who I won't be seeing this weekend. It's heartbreaking to me because I haven't seen him in a very long time. The Madman, Chris Mad, is just blowing up. He's going to be at Artist Alley table I-13, and I'm pretty excited to see what he shows on his socials. If you are cool enough to be going to New York Comic Con, take pictures for me and tag me him so I can see home. I haven't been home in 2 years. Help a brother out. And go say hi to Chris Mad for me. He's an amazing creator and just a great guy all around. And yeah, I'm going to, let's see, what do we got next on the show? Oh, we're going to talk. We did talk about this already. We had Cat Dad and Supermom is coming. We're looking at a November date right now, so stay tuned on that. We had to just tweak a few things. We're even adding an alternate cover, so stay tuned, all right? All right, so one other New York Comic Con person, so we're starting to run out of time, that's hugely important to me, and this is from Victor Dandridge Jr., and he said, I'm days from celebrating my 11th anniversary of going full-time making comics with the launch of Vantage In-House Productions and You Create Comics. New York City Comic Con has been a part of my story. It's only right that my table this year represent his 11th year. That's I-1 from Victor Dandridge. This is pretty exciting. 11 years and he gets I-1. I think that's really, really cool. I'm proud of him. Another person I've met through Buddy Scalera's Comic Book School Connections, Creator Connections. This is just, I mean, it becomes an alumni, almost a family of creators. And yeah, I'm honestly upset. Of course, I'm doing it to protect Jack, so I don't have any regrets for the decision I made. I made the right decision because right now, with everything going on, I chose to protect my son, and I'm going to be okay with that the rest of my life. I don't care if, like, The Rock was walking around and giving out signatures for free. I'll have no regrets about putting my son first, but that doesn't mean at the same time I'm not going to tremendously miss my friends and family. But I encourage you, if you have the opportunity, if you guys can make it to this show, look at all the amazing creators that are going to be there. Please go spend your time with them. Tickets are still available. It's insane. I cannot tell you how insane that is for me to say that out loud, knowing how many years I basically, whenever, you don't understand how getting tickets for New York Comic Con normally is. This is your year. If you've ever wanted to go and wanted to be part of this, this is the year to do it. And just take off, man. Go see what you can see. We're going to bring up Brett's Nightfall. So here we go. All right, Brett, you're on the hot seat. What do you got for me, Brett? There we go. So let's get the video up here and see what Brett brings to the show today. Huh. Why am I not seeing? Oh, there it is. Okay. Here we go. Brett, you're up. The back end of it could have been cut down a bit. Otherwise, it was a solid video. So definitely something that is of interest, right? All right. Here we go. We're going to be moving on to, sorry, I just wanted to move us to where we have to be. Give me 1 second. I was actually watching the video and got kind of caught up in it. So here we go. That's a good thing, right? Caught my attention that much. There we go. My friend J.R. Mounts heads to Alabama Comic Con. That's right. Yeah. Says, who of my friends and artist peeps will be there? Any Shadows of Ourselves Kickstarters? Look forward to this wonderful distraction in a couple days, and I hope you are too. Cheers, JR. It's going to be going on October 9th and the 10th, and general admissions 30 per day or 50 for the weekend. So a military gets a discount. Check that out. All right. So I think we did the Calhoun, Georgia. We have a few more things with the New York Comic Con. We are starting to run out of time. We promised to only take an hour of your day. If we can get it done faster, we do. If not, we do what we can. With that in mind, let's bring up XCT and the video for it.
G'day everybody, my name is Sean Keenan and I'm here today to talk to you about XCT Monsters. XCT Monsters is a graphic novel anthology within our award-winning comic series, The Extreme Champion Tournament. Written by 5 different writers including Michael Gordon, Stephen Koch, John Ward and more, and illustrated by Paul Mason, Brad Van Geese, Alexander Malashev and Alan Sands, just to name a few, and lettered by Stephen Cock. The anthology follows 6 different characters within the XCT universe as they battle for their freedom from Oscar Keenan, owner of the Extreme Champion Tournament. Facing trials and tribulations, each must decide whether to fight or die in the world's most brutal sport, the XCT. XCT Monsters is a fantasy epic wrapped in a bloody tale of heroes and monsters. If you enjoyed comics like Y the Last Man, 47 Ronin, 300, or movies like Hercules, Spartacus, and Clash of the Titans, stories where heroic deeds are earned, not given, then this is definitely the graphic novel for you. This is the very first printing of XCT Monsters, and we have some epic rewards for this campaign. It includes an exclusive drawing cover by the very talented Brad Van Geest, an exclusive variant cover by IDW and Dark Horse artist Megan Hung, and the complete XCT collection at a reduced cost, and loads more. Thanks for supporting the XCT Monsters Kickstarter, and we can't wait to show you more.
Alright, and that's his best video ever, so I'm not going to pause it because it's exactly what you want a Kickstarter video to be. So how can I do anything but show love to that? Alright, we know where JR is going to go, so we're going to go a little backward on this. Jason Webb told us that Stan Konaka, I'm not even going to say Stan, I'm going to do you a favor and not try to say your last name, is taking the rejected to Artist Alley. He'll be at E31 at New York COMiXcon this weekend. So will my good friend Dennis Knight, D. Knight Rider. He's going to New York Comic Con, and he said, to anyone that is going to New York Comic Con this year, my friend Dennis Knight, a comic book writer and creative, will be part of the comic book school. He will, as well as his own booth. Here you go. He's gonna, and the booth, because we're not seeing the number right here, is 3344. 3344. So definitely check out my boy. And New York Artist Alley will also see James E. Roche from Scout Comics. And he is definitely going to be excited because he's, again, both of these gentlemen from comic book school. And that is kind of cool to see how many different comic book schools brought together in this community that is created around itself. The alumni keeps growing every year. Make sure you go to comicbookschool.com today and be part of this. All right, so we're at the back end of our show. We have a few more to go, and these are both new. So let's get to them. We have first, well, this is all new, actually. I think the entire end of the show is new to everyone. First, we have the Blonde Assassin comic book that's coming out soon. It's got blonde, sexy spy fights, werewolves, assassins. So that's definitely cool. And something to look forward to. I'll look forward to it, Ben. Ben will be on the show as a judge in the near future as well. And we have on the show for the first time ever, I believe our first stop is, here we go. Milan Kovacs gives us Shaman. And this is actually, I didn't watch the whole thing, so I wanted to watch it with you guys live. But I watched some of it, and here's just check it out. Wow.
Ezek a fiúk nem viccelnek. Filmesek. Kicsinálnak, ha nem szerzek még több dohányt. Nem lesz egyszerű. Nézz szét, látsz itt producereket? Mert hogy valami mozgóképre kell a pénz, valami tudományos, fantasztikus filmre. Ráadásul itt játszódna a jó öreg új Budapesten. Építettek is már hozzá egy csomó makettet, vagy mit. Egyszer már csináltak egy ilyet, 10 éve. Arról a látnokról szólt, aki fotópapírba tudta égetni az álmait. Most azt folytatnák. Az előző film állítólag díjakat is nyert. Kösz, ez most sokat segít. Raboljak ki egy bankot? Hát esetleg. Vagy próbáljam meg a Kickstartert. Végül is Az esély a sikerre ugyanannyi.
Right? I know what you're thinking. There's even a whole video that you have to see in the campaign about it. It is right. I'm not a big subtitles person, but like the way that looks, yeah, I'll sit there and read some subtitles. I have no problem with that. And exciting news. Good friend of mine, good friend of our show, has been on a bunch of times with us, is coming back to Kickstarter with Snowpaw. We'd actually heard about it. I believe he announced it for the first time live on our show. Snowpaw is a 19th century Scottish female werewolf fantasy. And this I'm all about. This is going to be coming out. Look at that, 291 followers. I've enjoyed watching Rob grow in his career. He's an amazing creator. Oh, man, I'm so proud of him. Look at that, 291 followers on the pre-launch campaign. Rob is going to be a guest, actually, a guest judge next week on BackerPause, so stay tuned for more from that. And next on our show today, we have...
This is a video kind of going over Alien 101.
Sorry about that. Something new. It's here we go. We've been talking about it. We've been teasing it. We've been saying it's coming. It's here. Let's check out the Satanic Coloring Book.
Greetings, sinners. Join Jason Lennox as he presents the Satanic Coloring Book, Volumes 1 and 2. Volume 1, Rituals, focuses on the ceremonies of Jason's infernal and erotic satanic artwork, featuring Jason's signature satanic stained glass and heraldry, legendary satanic characters Baphomet and Lilith, dark and grotesque rites designed to arouse and fascinate you as you color. Volume 2, Animals, is a second all-ages journey into the world of Satanism, with a demonic bestiary for you to explore, highlighted by devil dogs, unholy goats, and Jason's favorite, satanic cats. And if that isn't enough depravity for you, the Satanic Coloring Book, Volumes 1 and 2, each have an amazing guest artist gallery starring Satanic Temple co-founder Lucian Greaves, Kawaii Satanic artist Art Attack, Black Mass Appeal co-host Tabitha Slander, and many more. Whether by colored pencil, crayon, or human blood, you will be able to turn these diabolical images into astounding pieces of colored artwork, worthy of being adored by all within the realm of darkness. Are you ready to color deliciously? Then hail Satan and back the Satanic Coloring Book, Volumes 1 and 2. Now on Kickstarter.
It's definitely got a good pitch with coloring deliciously. All right.
Great.
I just like that first intro right there. That music was good. So, believe it or not, we actually got to the end of the program faster than I thought we would. And that gives us enough time to quickly look over this one more time, give you on the way out. So let's go all the way to the top and go back over it. New York Comic Con's got some great panels every day this year. So each day has got its own panel. Check out Comic Advocates today. We'll have it up there. Chuck heads to Texas with Douglas Brown. They're going to be at the big Texas Comic Con in San Antonio. New York Comic Con's happening. It's finally here after pandemic and delays. We get back New York Comic Con. There's even a digital ticket, guys, by the way. Let me switch over to our different room and I'll show it to you. It's actually, I don't know if you guys saw it earlier. I just wanted to mention that it's actually there. Let me see your tickets. See? The $25 for all 4 days, video access and all that. That is going to be available to all who want it. And I think that if you can't make it, because like me, you have a reason you can't, you're protecting your kids, you couldn't travel for whatever reason, that's pretty cool. Video on demand, 30-day access. And I'm going to give you guys a live look right now at the site and see what there is. Thursday, Friday, Sunday tickets are still available. Sunday kids. Now, I do want to stress they have heavy vaccine protocols because New York City is requiring vaccination even to eat at restaurants. So please read the information ahead of time. I'm not an expert on everything they need. Go to their site. I'm not even going to tell you what I think they need because you're going to have to do it on your own. But definitely check it out. And let's see, I'm just trying to think. But for $25, that's pretty good, guys. It's actually a pretty good deal, I think. So check it out, New York Comic Con. This is found at newyorkcomiccon.com. All right. Oops. Sorry. We had a bit of a screw up there. I remember panel 2 gets released this week. And Buddy actually put a video in here. You can find this again at comicsadvocates.com. All the information about the upcoming panels. And panel 2 gets released at New York Comic Con. Pretty excited to read what they've came up with this year. I didn't even read it in the background when they were doing editing because I wanted it to be a surprise for me too. I've seen the art. It looks fantastic. Make sure that you check out Buddy at I8 and his Apocalypse Boulevard comic book. Check out my friend Chris Hammer and the Adventures of Byron in the Artist Alley of New York, as well as Artist Alley I-13 is going to have my man Chris Mad. So good we have him twice. Look at that. And it's 2 different places, actually. One's a Facebook thing and one is a tweet. Make sure that you guys are subscribing or whatever it is on Twitter. I don't think it's called subscribing. I think you just like or, yeah, I think it's just a like thing on Twitter, right? Let's see. Let me switch real quick and we'll see. Because now I'm all like, see, this is what happens with ADHD. I'm telling you. All right. Comic Forecast, follow. You have to hit the follow button. So make sure you hit the follow. No, I don't want to unfollow, but hit the follow. So keep up to date with everything. And remember, we have one for BackerPause. We have one for the COMiXcon Forecast, Comic Book Advocates. Make sure you subscribe to Comic Book School. Continuum Comics is my own house with Mike Seeley and another partner. Check us out at CCX Satellite. And we even have one for Comics Unleashed. I think we still have one for, no, Written Sins is now actually Comics Unleashed. I mean, yeah, Comics Unleashed. So definitely check out me on the Twitters. Find all my stuff out, chain links. I'll play my video for you guys in 1 second. I just want to make sure we got everyone else announced today. Ooh. And to find anything, by the way, from the BackerPause today, go to BackerPause.com. Here we go. Victor Dandridge is an Artist Alley I1, and congratulate him on his 11th year. James E. Roche is going to be at A17. Our good friend, D. Knight Rider, he's going to be at 3344. Jason Webb's going to be, oh, I'm sorry, Stan is going to be at Artist Alley table E31, so he's going to be part of the Rejected. Check that out. Going over to Alabama, we'll have the Alabama Comic Con, and you're going to have our good friend J.R. Mounds over there. And Jonathan Hendrick and Ben Lacey head to Calhoun Comic and Toy Expo. And from Convention Scene, Westbury has the Westbury, New York, Nassau Collectors Market the 9th through the 11th. On the 9th, we'll have in Tacoma the Grit City Comic Con show. Jefferson Town will have the Louisville Comic Con on the 9th. And also on the 9th, we'll have the Tacoma. Oh, Tacoma Grit's in twice. All right. Well, I can fix that on the outside of this. All this can be found at conventionscene.com. All right, guys, that's our show. We actually came in a little early, which is good. I'll play out the outro, and I guess we'll also play, well, here. This is my Comic-Con moment of the year. I don't think this is going to get surpassed. I know it's silly, but hey, I'm silly. I have the power! I have the power! I can watch that all day. All right, so thank you for tuning in. BackerPause.com. comicbookschool.com. Go to those sites. Make sure that you guys are supporting creators. Remember the power of a single dollar, and I'll have it explained to you right now. If you guys are looking for a printer, by the way, Comics Impressions is definitely the place to go. Printing is getting harder with comic books right now because there are paper shortages. But Comics Impressions is a great printer. I love doing business with them, and I support them. I'm not paid to say that. That is my honest opinion. I love working with them. Any issues, I don't have to wait long to hear it. They tell me the issues, and we work through them. The support staff there is amazing, and I cannot recommend them enough. So here is $1 and the power of $1. The power of a single dollar. One single dollar can help make dreams come true. Every dollar is a declaration of support and belief. It helps the creators and the teams behind the book. Just $1 helps create new worlds and keeps creators creating. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. And remember, if you are watching this at 9 p.m., this was pre-taped. So it shouldn't say live. I think it now says like pre-taped or something. But just in case, if you watch this the whole time and I didn't answer your questions, because at 9 o'clock I might be doing something with Jax, probably homework. That's why I didn't answer you. Signing off. This is who I am. Mr. AnderSiN is the unboxable advocating creator known as the indie comics devil who will tempt you with his devilish tales of fetish, monsters, and more. He is the giver of free hugs and spanks, and he is a partner in Continual Comics. Check out everything AnderSiN at chainlinks.site.